and welcome to Legal Affairs. My name is Diamond Liddy, and I'm the Public Defender of the 19th Judicial Circuit. We are going to be talking about something that is near and dear to everyone's heart, which is Big Brothers, Big Sisters, who I don't think there's too many people around that don't know the great things that Big Brothers, Big Sisters does in this community. And we're blessed to have John Clark, who is the community-based case manager.
Correct.
With Big Brothers, Big Sisters. And what does that mean, John?
With my position, what I do is we oversee the matches that are occurring between the mentors as well as the children that we have, are also known as our littles. And we match them. We make sure everything is running well and everyone's happy and doing what is needed, and hopefully everyone's safe.
Absolutely. No, and that's a great program, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And Jenny Palm. Jenny, how long have you been with Big Brothers Big Sisters now?
I have been with the agency for 6 years. Started out as a case manager and kind of worked up from there. But my experience with Big Brothers Big Sisters, interesting story, started back when I was in high school in this county, and I was one of the, when the program was first starting out in our site-based program, which is mentoring in schools,
right.
I was a site-based mentor when I was a high school student.
Oh my goodness.
Went away to college, you know, and
right.
did all that, and came back and was able to work with that same program. So that was kind of a neat way that I came to be involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Oh, great. And what is your title now?
Oh, I'm the VP of Programs now. So
okay. Vice President.
Yeah, the Vice President of Programs.
Okay.
Sorry. And I am able to oversee all of the programs that our agency runs throughout the 3 counties that we have, which is St. Lucie, Indian River, and Okeechobee.
Okay. Why don't you, let's go over with our viewers, that because Big Brothers Big Sisters is, let's face it, kind of a household word, if you will.
Right.
There's very few people that haven't heard of you guys and the great works you do. But there are all kinds of programs, and we're going to talk specifically about a couple of those. But just kind of tell us, give us a laundry list, if you will, of the different things that Big Brothers Big Sisters offer.
Sure. Well, you know, when most people hear about Big Brothers Big Sisters, I think most people think about our traditional community-based program, which is where, you know, the big brother goes and picks up the little brother at the little brother's house, and then they go to the park and they throw a baseball, or they go, you know, to the movies, and they spend that one-on-one time together in the community.
Right.
And that's our the traditional Big Brothers Big Sisters model, and we have that, and that's called the community-based program.
And let me stop you right there. Mm-hmm. That is not necessarily, and I'm kind of talking through my own personal experience.
Sure, right.
It's not necessarily has anything to do with a problem in the family or anything like that. Sometimes, of course, it can, and you've got
right.
some specific programs aimed toward that. But it can really, a big brother or a big sister can be part of a family or a part of the child's life. Mm-hmm. For all kinds of reasons.
Sure.
You know, maybe they don't have siblings, and they kind of need somebody else to talk to other than mama and daddy.
Sure.
Not that mommy and daddy aren't great people to talk to.
It's, you know, sometimes they listen better to an outside influence, you know, positive influence. So
it can be because they need help in a certain subject that they're the big brother or big sister can help
mm-hmm.
with. Okay, so
Absolutely.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So that's the community-based program is that. But then, like you mentioned, we also have site-based mentoring, which is where the children that are referred for site-based mentoring are usually referred initially by their teacher.
Right.
The teacher sends home a parent permission form, and then the parent, you know, would sign that, yes, I want my child to be involved. And the mentor then goes and visits the child at school during the school day at a specified time and place every week.
Right.
And I know that's Diamond. I know that you've been involved with our program for a long time with our site-based, and I'd love, you know, I don't know if you would mind sharing about that experience.
It's wonderful.
At all.
We need. I know, because before the show we talked about needing volunteers. I'll give a plug now. Gosh, I've been doing it for 100 years, haven't I?
Yeah.
But it's, you know, the community needs to step up because we need people to go in the schools. It's very little time. It's a half an hour a week, and it really does make a difference in the child's life as far as the ability to read, and it's just so rewarding for the mentor too. And plus, the schools embrace it. St. Lucie County. I've always been involved at Lawnwood Elementary, a great school, and you get such cooperation from the teachers and the school, as you know, Jen.
Yeah, and they love to have us there, and I feel like the teachers appreciate that extra one-on-one time that their students can have with an adult. And sometimes the kids just need to have somebody that can be there to spend, time with just them. You know, because sometimes, like you said, they might not have, maybe the family has a lot of other children, so they don't have the opportunity to spend
do the one-on-one.
that quality with them. And so then, I know your match advanced then to what we call an enhanced match, which is sort of like a marriage of both of those programs where you still spend time together at the school, but then you can also go do things in the community together to really enhance that relationship. So,
which is also rewarding, which I know you need volunteers for too. Yeah. Okay, so go ahead.
So those are the two basic models that we have, and we're able to. Kids come into the program for a lot of different reasons, as you mentioned. In their community-based program, a lot of times the children are referred by a parent or a guardian that would like for their child to have, an additional positive influence in their life. And they might come into it because the parent is, concerned and wants that extra person, or maybe they've noticed a couple of things that they don't particularly, like the direction that the child is heading, and so they want someone else to speak that positive into the child's life, and so they might be referred for that reason. But, our kids are great kids. And to be able to spend that one-on-one time with a caring adult really makes all the difference. And John gets to experience that firsthand as the community-based case manager, lead case manager. He's able to really see the difference.
Well, yeah, and John, how long have you been with? I didn't ask you.
I have been here just shy of 3 years.
Okay, and tell me the inner workings of what you do and the rewards.
Well, probably the biggest reward is when we see a young child come in and they don't have that extra little piece in their life, for, that extra person that to talk to or to go out and do something special with.
Right.
And to see their face light up when they are matched for the first time, they meet this person, and they start talking about the possibilities of things that are out there that they can do, and then watch them progress over time.
Right.
And as time progresses, we get to watch them in some particular cases where a child has come in as a mediocre student or struggling, and suddenly once with that special person, they're focusing on subjects that they may have problems with, that they've been struggling with in school.
Right.
And next thing you know, we're watching their grades go up and up and up.
Oh, yeah.
I have one match that has been matched for almost 4 years now. This young man came in, very nice young man. Again, he was a struggling student, but now he's at the point where he's starting to push that bubble where he's going to break into that honor roll. We know it's going to happen.
Right.
It's just a matter of when. He had the confidence that he was actually thinking about running for student council, but he stopped, and talking to his big, he decided, I don't really have enough time because I'm involved with band, I'm involved with basketball, I'm working on my grades,
right,
and that's where the three things he wanted to focus at.
Right.
So he made that decision based upon the assistance and discussions with his big, who has been with him and helping him get along. We have some young people who have been born in this area. I mean, fairly close to the ocean, have never saw the ocean before because of their life experiences. We have some of our older mentors who just do a wonderful job with these children. Actually, get them involved with community service. One lady that comes to mind, they've been together for 3 years with her little she was born over towards the western side of the county, and yeah, never saw the ocean. This parents just too busy, didn't have time. Got her out to the ocean. The mentor was actually raised in California, so she did a lot of surfing. So she introduced her to surfing, boogie boarding. Yeah, and just the opportunities that they were having. In fact, they actually will take about once every 6-7 weeks, they'll go visit a retirement home, because the mentor has friends who are in the retirement home.
Oh, I see.
And she has found that with that little coming in, it lights those people's eyes up, just kind of sparks them a little bit, just that communication, thinking that some young person would want to have, you know, something to do with them.
Right.
And
it's a great experience for the little as well.
Yeah, it is, and that little is learning to share, and she actually enjoys it.
Well, and
the experience.
you know, of course, you know, I only have one child, but boy, you know, now in today's world, you can have the best grades in the world, you can do great on your, but if you want to get to college, you better have that community service involvement. Boom, 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 boom. And what better way? You know, this is a perfect example of where, you know, great parents, good family maybe, but just not the time to take them to do some community service, that kind of thing, because of other siblings or whatever. And what better way to get them started when they're young hey, you know, you better start now, because when you get in high school, if you don't have 22 things that you've done, you're out.
Exactly.
Yeah, we actually have another, in fact, a married couple that both have a big sister, or excuse me, a little sister and a little brother. They actually work with Habitat for Humanity occasionally.
Right.
The opportunities are endless in this area.
Yeah.
And
how do, excuse me, our St. Lucie County school system, how was it a fair statement for me to say they embrace all of you?
Yes. I mean, I think for the most part, and, you know, I'm sure that you know, everybody realizes the pressure that schools and teachers and principals are under to, you know, for performance and everything. So, you know, we're trying to, Big Brothers Big Sisters is trying to be an added benefit to them and to help with that goal. You know, our mentors go in and they are working with, they help to build their relationship with their little through primarily reading-based relationships. So they are working on reading and comprehension, and they try to be an added boost and benefit to that teacher, to that classroom, to that child, to help to reach ultimately the goals of the student and the goals of the school, to help to improve, you know, those scores and things like that. So, you know, I know that, you know, scheduling is difficult.
Right.
Scheduling, you know, that's probably one of the hardest things that we encounter. But that's just something that we have to work through. And I think if everybody, you know, realizes and can, like you said, embrace, you know, what we're trying to do and how it can be a benefit, then those obstacles are not really such a big deal.
So. And we talked earlier, and I'm anxious to hear about the community-based, the targeting children who have an incarcerated parent. Obviously, that would be near and dear to my heart.
Sure. We have a program called Mentoring Children of Promise, which is we try to target children who have an incarcerated parent and then match them in our community-based program with a big brother or a big sister. And this is, John really works on the street, you know, with that program. And
well, yeah, tell us about it. How long has this program been in existence?
Quite a while.
Really?
Quite a
Oh,
while.
I'm so sorry I didn't know. That's great.
You know, right now we've received some additional funding for this program, so we're really trying to, you know, make more matches through the MCOP program, and we have a goal in St. Lucie County to match 40 children with a caring adult before May. So that would be our goal. So,
go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
Well, as you may, in your position, may be aware that children whose parents have been in prison, the percentage of them possibly ending up following in their parents' footsteps, around 80% as compared to, you know, the children who have been raised by parents who have not experienced that. And our goal with this program is to reduce that, to prevent it. One of the goals that we have is we're looking at trying to keep 80% of our children enrolled in this program free from the juvenile justice system. And if they do run into the juvenile justice system, we're trying to reduce recidivism rate. And we actually have been fairly successful, at least from the time I've been involved with this program. Recently, I was looking at the statistics where we're currently at, and 92% of our children
have not been
involved with the juvenile justice system, and of the young people who have, recidivism rate is almost non-existent.
So if they do get involved in the juvenile justice system, which is basically the criminal justice system for terms of kids, then you're saying, so 92% are successful, never touch it. The 8% that do touch it don't only touch it once? Is that what you're saying?
That's what we're seeing right now.
Wow.
And,
that's great.
And we go to the point, especially when we find out about it, and I'll go from my personal experience, when I have found out something about this, I actually will call the parent or guardian. We get in touch with the mentor, sort of like rounding up the troops. We talk about trying to figure out what happened, why this is occurring, and in my particular case, I actually went and held the child's hand and parent's hand, talked with them until we got the public defender involved, and got things rolling.
I got you.
So
what? Well, and what kind of who refers? I'm sure you're going to get referrals in that program from law enforcement, from the public defender's office, judges.
Sure.
I mean, goodness.
Primarily, our referrals are coming from schools and parents. Those are the two primary sources currently.
Right.
We do try to get involved with local law enforcement. We let them know we're out there.
Right.
We let the courts know we're out there, and
that's got to be tough. Now, how do you get into at all explaining? Do you cross that line about why mommy or daddy is in jail? I mean,
it's that is a fine line, and we sort of take the guardian or whomever has referred the child, whoever is our point person there, take their lead. We had one. I'm not sure if you are familiar with this match, but we had one who was part of the program, but the parent that referred didn't want the child to know about the fact that the other parent was incarcerated.
Oh my gosh! Oh, because they were already split up or something, and that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the family dynamic was, but it was that the parent didn't want the child to know. So it was. So we have those are rare, but that just stuck out in my mind.
Yeah.
So we try not to get involved with doing that type of explaining to the child, as far as why their parent is incarcerated or anything having to do with that. Just to be a support for the child. You just recently had a little whose parent was released.
Correct.
That now there is a place that I can see such a need because of the transition between daddy's been away, mommy's been away, whatever, and now they're coming back in the family unit. You got a lot
of dynamics going on there.
That's where it gets dicey.
Right.
Because the child all children want to be with their parents. And, the child was really looking at the possibility. In fact, this is one of the young man that kind of went astray when the parent came back into the home. Unfortunately, the parent chose to go back to their wicked ways, so to speak.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And as a result, the parent stopped paying attention to the child and, You had several years where the parent was not involved with the child, and the child was, just very excited and really was looking for it.
Anxious when,
And unfortunately, the parent chose, as I say, to go back to the evil ways, and as a result, the child ended up acting out, and it was, I think, it was more as a cry for help, attention.
Right.
And
got in trouble.
Sure.
Yep.
And that's in that particular case that I went, and I actually went to court with the family, and we went through the hurdle.
Right.
Got through it.
Is this child okay now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we do have a success story.
Yes. In fact, the mentor got a hold of me and said, "Hey, what should I do? Because this behavior, while the parent was incarcerated, we did not see the behavior."
Right.
And suddenly, I had to explain. It's like, okay, let's look at the dynamics. What happened? And we went back through, looked at the dynamics, where the child was at, where the mindset was at. And sometimes we have to look at ourselves when we were growing up. We didn't always make the best decisions.
Yeah. Right.
And so, once we covered that, the mentor, he, thought, this, you're right. Let's keep working with them. And we stay in contact with them, especially when something like this happens, where it was initially I was calling about every other day, and eventually every other week. Now we're back to calling once a month because things have seemed to work out. The child is, like I say, he's back on track. School's back, seems to be back on track. He's behaving back in the home. He actually went back with his grandmother due to the circumstances that were occurring. And he's improving. Everything he's coming back to our same little that we had. His socialization skills are really coming back into line, and it's going to be a success story. I'm very confident.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it sounds like it.
So,
believe it or not, we've got about 5 minutes left.
Okay.
What do you all want to talk? I know we talk. We're going to get to Taste of St. Lucie because that's your big event, and I understand, and I want you to plug it. But what else do you want the community? You need volunteers, obviously.
We need male volunteers.
Okay.
I can't stress that enough.
I know.
Bless females. Women. Thank you. You come out and volunteer for our children. Men.
Boy, he's walking that fine line, isn't he?
Gentlemen, you need to step up.
Yeah.
At some point, we need to step up. There is a need. Most of our children on the waiting list are young men. And we only match same-sex matches in the community system.
Oh, now, see, I didn't know that. Okay,
yeah,
well.
In community-based matches, we only do same-gender matching, which makes it more difficult. Right now, our waiting list for boys is 2 years long. That should not be.
No.
Oh, no.
We have had to stop.
3 county or just St. Lucie or what?
All the counties.
All 3. We've had to stop enrollment for boys because it's not fair to them to say yes, we're going to get you a big when the wait list is already 2 years long.
Wow.
So men, we need you.
What about for little girls?
For girls, it's not really a problem. We're pretty much able to match as it's not very long at all. But what's really sad is, we're able to match little girls so much easier because we have more ladies coming through as mentors. And a lot of times these little girls are part of a family that has a brother on the wait list. And so the brother gets to watch week after week their sisters going out with their bigs, and they wonder, well, why can't I go? Where's my big? And they, more often than not, they really could benefit from that relationship that much more, than their sisters too. So, so that is really our desperate need is for men to, and you don't have to change your life. That's the thing I want to get across.
Well, and I'll be a witness. I'll be testament. No, you don't. It's not. You don't have to. You can have a job. You can. I joke as my husband says. Well, Diamond in her spare time.
Right.
If I can do it, anybody can.
That
do
is true.
Because I don't have any spare time.
That is true.
No, it isn't a lifetime commitment. You know,
Yeah.
well, no, I don't want to say that either, because you know you do
You get so attached, right.
But it's not an all-encompassing quit your day job,
Right.
Neglect your family.
No.
And I'd like to say that just for guys especially, I think that maybe guys think that they just have to, have a whole Saturday free every week or something in
Oh,
order to do that.
goodness, no.
And you don't. And it's really just involving a child or your little in what you already do.
Yeah.
You like to go fishing? Take a
And-
mascot with you.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
and,
different
and the
things.
commitment itself is, we're only asking a couple hours a week.
Yeah.
And normally, the neat thing is, as the match progresses, we've watched these matches start out from maybe 2 hours a week. Next thing you know, they're 8 to 10 hours because they're having so much fun.
Well, but the other thing is that I want to point out, because I know from personal experience, you know, 1 week and your point is so valid. You know, you don't have to go to a movie if you hate movies with them. Do what you want to do and just take them along. That's sometimes all that you need to do.
Right.
And but let's say you're having a busy couple weeks or whatever. It's not like Big Brother's is going to fire you as a mentor because you missed a couple weeks. No, you make it up, 3 weeks down the road and spend a little more time.
Things happen.
You know, you certainly make the contact and explain, hey, I'll see you next week or
Right.
whatever, that kind of thing. But it's definitely doable, and I agree. I did not realize that. Men, get out there.
Exactly.
No, so who do they call?
Oh, great. Yes.
Okay.
You need to call, you can call us at 772-466-8535.
Okay.
And you can speak to anyone in our office. You can also visit us on the web at www.bbbsbigs.org.
Okay.
So bbbsbigs.org.
And
you
just
can sign
Google
up
it.
right there to mentor.
Okay. And we got a few seconds.
Yep.
Tell us when Taste of St. Lucie
Okay.
is.
Also on our website, you can find information on the Taste of St. Lucie, which
Okay.
is one of our best fundraisers that we have that helps to fund what we do, the work that we do. And it's a great event. It occurs in downtown Fort Pierce. It's going to be on Wednesday evening, April 2nd, from 5:30 to 8.
Okay.
40 different restaurants are going to come out. They're going to bring the best of what they make, and you get to taste from each different restaurant. And there's live entertainment, and who's who, and the county is going to be there. It's just a great, fun event. Tickets are available online.
Super. Thank you so much.
Thanks
and
for
good
having
luck
us, Diamond.
Thank you.
with everything. Thanks.
Thank you.